My name is Jen Nelson, and this is my EFC 416 Good Bad Ugly website review. So this is my first website I'm deeming as good. It's a very clean-cut website, so for somebody who may not be able to see color, it doesn't seem to really matter. Obviously, choosing clothes is a little tricky, or shoes in this case. It says Shoe Dazzle, but they have clothes, bags, accessories. Um, if you are visually impaired, this would be a pretty good site. It does have things listed like words. You don't really need much more than that to figure out which type of shoe you would be looking for. Um, it's not overbearing. There's not a whole ton to miss out on. Um, with the images, there's still a decent amount of wording, um, and easy to navigate with the mouse. Um, there's clearly labeled tabs to be able to find everything, and they're like minimalized. So a lot of clothing websites have a million things. This one's pretty long, but still, this one's shorter. Some of them, when you highlight a tab, the whole page is covered by just other options. So this one's easy to find. Even the sign in, get started. These are other websites by the same creators, so that's kind of handy to be able to have that resource. But in terms of accessibility, easy to navigate with a mouse, or if you were to be using something just as the up, down, side to side key arrows, I feel like that website would be good for navigating with that. Again, descriptions as well as simplified, lots of white space, so not overbearing with images or movements or things such as that. I haven't had a ton of pop-ups on this with the time I've spent on it. So yeah, everything is also listed here on the side of each. Let's say I want to go to flat boots. Everything is just um, easily listed on the side. For easy navigation, again, colors, very pleasing to the eye. And yeah, that is my good website. For my bad/okay website, I looked at Forever 21. I'm going to go back to the main videos, looking around. This website, first of all, I do not like the color yellow, and for a person who has no visual impairments or overstimulations in any way, the yellow is very overbearing. As well as this animation right on the front, it's a lot. And if I were visually impaired, that would mean nothing to me. I don't know if it makes sound. I haven't even checked that. But if it were to make sound, it would really be overbearing as well. Then again, as I scrolled down, I noticed that there's just there we go. There's just big images, soft and structured. Okay, if I could not see that, I wouldn't know what that meant, and this whole front page would honestly mean nothing. And the wording would be very odd without the images behind it. These words are white. They would not stand out against the white background if the images were not there, and these would just be very sad if that was all I was able to use on their website. So overall, it doesn't really seem to accommodate people who can't see images. These are okay. They're simplified. Like I said before, this one takes up the whole entire page. So I don't know. The words are very small compared to the size of page they give us here. So that was kind of frustrating. If I click into a new tab here, again, with the colors, not great colors to go together, just not pleasing the eye. Again, with the images that are too large, there's just not enough words to go, not enough descriptions. And I feel like I said, again, without the images, you really have no descriptions to be able to navigate. And also, I don't really feel like I'm scrolling with a mouse, yes, but if you weren't able to use a mouse, This website would just be images, and that is not helpful when you're trying to shop for clothes. So my next site I did was Fashion Nova. I'm gonna go back to the main part of the site, and this is what I chose for my nasty website. I know nasty means more like just unappealing, or at least I'm assuming it means more just unappealing, nasty, doesn't accommodate. But I also chose this because of the images and just how it is portrayed. Every image seems to be sexualized, or at least leaning that way. I mean, here's a very provocative Halloween post. Everything seems to be leaning towards picture perfect and magazine quality of models, and some of these images seem taken from places, depending. They don't necessarily seem like their own imaging. That aside, for the instance, unless you can see the images, you may be really surprised at what you're purchasing if you're just reading a description, which I don't really see great descriptions on any of these. Um, then again, this is just the homepage. There's not horrible tabs up here, but when you highlight them, the words are very small and there's just giant images. That's how it is on each of them. So then you come over here and see it goes away. That's not helpful with a mouse. It's just not well set up. Click on a new tab to see how that goes. Well, it took forever to load, so that was just not great. And I know it's on my Wi-Fi because all the other websites have been loading pretty great. This is not great to navigate. Everything's off to the side. I mean, it has options. Not very appealing. This looks like something that was quickly made, like not a lot of thought put in there. There's not a whole ton of color going on up here, so and I don't like this color along with the white. That just throws me off. The wording is definitely too small, and in this site I have had a decent amount of pop-ups so far. Obviously now in this demonstration there's not many. And when they do pop up, again taking a while to load, when the pop-ups do come up, there's not an easy, quick way to exit out of them. Like, they make you go through some sort of process. Okay, we're going to go to a new tab. And that's, again, why I didn't like this site. I don't know what it's doing. It's just jumping around the place. I wasn't doing anything. Okay, so that is my nasty categorized site. And then lastly is my educational site. Now, this I hadn't even thought of as an educational site, and then as I was kind of looking through different kinds of sites, Googling, opinions and whatnot, this came across in a list of educational. And I hadn't thought of Patagonia as educational, but down here they do have their tabs, which is nice, but it seems very clean cut. You should know what you're coming here for. So up here they have more tabs as well. When you click through these images, which yes would be difficult for somebody visually impaired or somebody who needs a reading software, but if you click shop, recycled black hole bags for instance, there's a problem, but not horrible. There was an exit, we're good. It describes what each product is purpose is, and that is super awesome. It tells you about it before you even go and buy it, with confidence in what you carry. And then down here they have their product, which is super cool. You get to learn about what you're buying before you buy it, and somebody could read that, and you don't have to put a ton of effort into figure out what you're shopping for. So here things are broken down if you want to shop, and then inside Patagonia, here's where they describe what they are for, environmental impact. So I think that's super cool if you want to be able to read about what you're buying. This is easy to navigate, especially with a mouse. There's 2 tabs, and then you click on whatever else. Like, that is pretty cool. There are images which kind of impact, but there's descriptions of what things are. Read more, you can hit read more. These are definitely easy for an audio learner to use. And it's more than just clothes. I mean, a lot of people nowadays want to know what they're buying, and that's important. And yeah.